Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your Rune Elemental reading for the week of February 18 through the 14th, or 8th through the 14th, sorry. And if you're interested as to why I read for the elements instead of the zodiac, there's a video in the description you can check out. Also, if you've never had your charts read, there is a basic natal interpretation chart. It's not sponsored or anything like that, but you can check that out down below as well. It's by Llewellyn, and it gives you your base 12 houses with all little signs and symbols, and then there's a 10 to 20 page description of what all that means. So it's kind of a fun little tool to add to your toolbox. And like I said, if you've never had them done, they're surprisingly accurate for the baseline of who you are. Obviously, life has some changes, but the baseline's pretty cool. So with that, we'll get started with our first energy, which is fire, which covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then this is for you. And fire, you are starting off with Thurazaz, which is the god of strength, so this is your energy. Color is bright red, tarot association is the Emperor, divine masculine. And astrology is Mars, definitely tapping into that energy. Protection, someone providing help, good news may come. So this is really a good time to step into that divine masculine aspect of your personality. Whether you're male or female, you do carry the divine masculine, we carry both. And this is the time where you get to, what are your strengths? Ask yourself that. What are your strengths? How can you be of service to another? How can you use that fire energy to create something? Maybe it's putting a little fire under someone with some support, or protecting someone with that fiery energy. What can you do this week to really step into that? Also, fire, you're the kind of the king and queen of passion here. So when you have that energy, it's also saying, how can you inspire that passion? And now it can be the bedroom kind, or the kind where it's like you're inspiring that person's creative passion. So whatever is coming up there, really start to focus on that energy and tap into your native energy with this one, because fire, that is definitely you coming forward there. We also have Inga's rune, which is the rune of fertility. Color is yellow, tarot association is judgment, and astrology is the new moon, completion of ideas or projects, a new beginning, a time of positive energies, good fortune. I'm getting the feeling that this works a lot with air, which air stokes fire. And when we tie these two together, it really does say that there's something new coming in. There's a creative thing that is going to be inspired by your passions, that is going to be inspired by this divine masculine coming in with that energy of judgment, of discernment, of knowing when to move and when not to. So this is really saying, fire, step into your power this week. And they keep going back to this energy of passion, my guides do, and it's wanting you to say, don't get bogged down by the mundane. Yes, you may have a desk job, or you may have the same job every day. What would trigger your passion? What ignites your soul? What wakes you up? And that's something to really explore this week. And if you've never looked into that, or you haven't for a while, because it's another day, it's another job, what's the point? Find your passion again. Find your creation again. Whether that is painting, whether that is writing, whether that is, wrapping wire around rocks and for jewelry, whether that's carving, whether it's going out and sitting next to a creek and really getting focused into that energy. Find the thing that inspires your passion, your fire, and really embrace that this week. So let's hop over to our earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have earth high up in your chart, we are going to dive right in here. We are starting off with Berkana, which is the rune of birth. Color is dark green, tarot association is the Empress, and astrology is Virgo. So this is tapping into your energy as well, earth. Renewal, promises of new beginnings, new growth, a birth, family, and home. This is very much Taurus energy, but also some Virgo energy. So, Earth. This is not a week where you have to run around and do all the things. This is about how can you support your home? How can you support your relationships? If there's a new one on the way, how can you prepare for that, like the nesting energy? You also have this energy of, if you are not expecting, are you ready? Because could be a good week for the expecting couple, or the ones who are making the decision to move that way. This is where that is going to be a strong one for you. So let's take a peek at your second one. They're also saying be open to that divine feminine energy. The Empress brings in good luck and good fortune because she is in her power, which Earth, this is you and yours. And with that, it's talking about this energy of, how can you be supportive in the home? How can you be supportive in the dynamic within the relationship? And if you're single, just how can you support your home? Because we all need that help sometimes, or that reminder. Is it making sure you're taking the garbage out on time? Is it making sure you're taking out your recycling? How can you show up this week in support of the home, of the family? They're really saying don't worry about work so much, because that's not the focus. They're really wanting to emphasize this home thing. Your second rune is Othila, which is the ancestral property rune. Color's deep yellow. This tarot association is the moon, and astrology is full moon. So Earth, you're working with some water this week. It's a possession of inheritance, real properties, inherited traits or abilities. If you happen to be one of the lucky people who've inherited a home, then these two runes are saying, how can you develop this? How can you bring the life back into the home, like repolishing the banisters and redoing the fireplace, all these things that look fun on the home improvement shows. But this is something that is really true and deep to your core. How can you improve this? And it could be an inherited trait or talent, in which case, are you someone who likes to do home renovations? Are you someone who likes to build things for the home, like build furniture and cabinets and stuff like that? Or it could be you're building your home. These two runes together are saying there is a very strong draw to improve your home. And you're doing so with your particular Earth skills and talents. And again, they're not saying this is, the divine feminine is coming forward because it's kind of her thing to take care of the home. And I'm not being sexist. She really does care about maintaining and supporting and protecting the children and protecting her husband and protecting. So she has her own mama bear energy going on here, and that's what's coming up. And with that, how can you show up to improve the home? How can you show up to improve where you rest at night, or where you cook, or however that may manifest for you? Are you ready for a little bit of homey work this week? And it's not saying this is anything detrimental. It's actually saying you've been kind of wanting to do this. You've been looking forward to it. This week is like, go for it, Earth. If you wanted to flip that room, this is the time to do it. You hate the cabinets and you're tearing them out to put new ones in that you built yourself. Go for it. This is that energy, and this is kind of your tap on the shoulder that it's time to do the thing that you've been working on. So let's take a peek at our air energy. Air covers Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Sorry, I'm not I'm getting better at this, but not much. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or air in your charts. We are starting you off with, my book was open, Sowilo, which is the rune of the sun. Color is white, silver, and gold. Tarot, association, and astrology are both sun. A rune of good health and happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. Air. We're starting you off with a bang. Things are really going to be going your way this week. If you happen to be in a relationship with a fire, let's just say things are going to be spicy. And you're also getting this energy that's coming in saying, you have the creation here. The sun is shining on you. What is it you're wanting to do? What is it you want to complete? And this is some of these questions you can ask yourself in the moment where I'm at. How can I shine my light to uplift others? How can I shine my light to radiate the divine into the world? Because the sun is shining on you, and how are you shining back? How are you showing up? And this is really, it's a positive message, because you're in such a good place mentally, physically, all that fun stuff, that you're able to radiate out to others. This could show an improvement in your personal business if you have if you have a home business, or it could be a shining in your relationships. It also could be just the fact that because of how upbeat you're feeling this week, you might end up making someone's day and not even realizing it, which is super important to them. And you may not even, like I said, you may not even know, but you've got that vibe this week where you're in the flow. Your second rune is the Laguz rune, which is the rune of water. Color is deep green. Tarot association is the star, and astrology is the moon. Unconscious intuition and mystery, psychic awareness, hidden sources of creativity. Air, you have the sun, moon, and stars. You are working with one of your supporting energies, which is water. This is really wanting you to say, you are so not in the everyday world right now because you're so connected into God's source. You're connected into the celestial family. This is you being able to draw this energy down and radiate out. You're your own little sun this week, but you're doing so in such a gentle way. That's part of the energy that's coming up with Laguz. It's so subtle, so subconscious, you don't realize it's happening. Air, this is one of those, you feel good, but you don't realize how big of a ripple effect you're really causing. And this is awesome because you're helping uplift others. Even when you're just kind of doing your thing, you're going through the day, you're not worried about anything. And that a way of showing up in the world is helping others realize, hey, I don't have to fill in the blank like that person does. I can be this person over here, so this will be even better. Like, they're using you as an example, Air, and that is huge. So really enjoy this week, Air, because this is, again, the sun is shining on you. You've got the sun and moon and stars showing up. You're really in the flow this week. So let's hop over to our water family, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies out there. And water, we're starting you off with the Hagalaz rune, which is the rune of hail. Color is light blue. Tarot association is the world. Astrology is Aquarius. So water, you're going to be working with air. Air's working with water. So air is really going to be your best friend this week because it's going to help uplift things. It's unexpected setbacks or problems, attempts to let things go with the flow, and disruptive natural events. If you happen to be in the east right now, the weather is definitely disruptive. And this could be something that is being... You've been having plans, you've been working on something, you're just, you feel it that it's not going the way you thought it would. Something is just not balancing. And this week, God's source is saying, you know what, enough. We're going to rattle this little apple cart, we're going to tip it over because where you're headed, the direction you're kind of working on, or things as they are playing out right now is not helping you. And those moments where you can't see the forest for the trees, that's what's happening right here, is you just keep staring at your feet, not realizing that there's a cliff ahead of you. So this energy that's coming in is saying, you don't have to worry about this. It's going to be a little chaotic for a second, but it's for the best possible reason. It's time for you to move beyond this situation, however that's playing out for you. And we have the Isa rune. This is a really interesting week for water, and because you've hail, sky water, and this one is ice water. So we're looking at the rune of ice. Color is black. Tarot association is the hermit. Astrology is the moon. So you're really going inside. You're going to do some introspection this week. It denotes obstacles, coldness between people, a time to observe, keep silent, refrain from comment. Water, this is... If you're around air, I will say this. If you're tied into air, don't worry about this. You're going to be all right. If you're by yourself or you're in a relationship, stay kind of more focused inward within the relationship or within yourself. These two energies coming in together are saying the outside world is really of no benefit to you this week. And that's really not, in my opinion, a bad thing. But the energy that's coming in is saying there may be some disruption. There may be some things that get shaken up a little bit. But it's because it's time to, like, when you jerk out of a dream or you shake your head trying to clear out some random negative energy, this is the energy that they're talking about. It's get that stuff out. And you may have to do some introspection, work with your subconscious energy, that moon energy, and allow yourself the gift of quietness. Figure out what's going on with you, air or water. Like I said, if you got air around you, you're going to be doing really well. You still may need to pull away for a little bit, but it's not going to be as intensive as if you don't have an air partner or air in your charts. But really, water, this is not so much negative. It's saying things aren't going the way they should be going. Some things are kind of in the way, and it's no fault of yours. You're not noticing the things that need to shift, so there could be some definite shaking that goes on this week. So overall message for this week, there's really a positive energy coming in, and for pretty much everybody, it's saying you've got things going the right way. Have fun with this. Water, you're gonna have fun too. You just might have a couple of bumps along the path, and that is not a negative thing. That is more of a reset that is going to occur. And the lucky part for water, you don't have to do anything. The universe is going to take care of it. You just have to kind of get ready for that bump or for that white water trip, for however you want to look at it. But it's going to turn out all right. It's just, there's some things that need to shift. But overall, by the end of the week, I am feeling very strongly here that things are going to be moving in the right direction for everybody. Everyone's going to end up in the same location. It's just how you get there might be a little different. So have a great rest of your week, guys. I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, feelings, or impressions that are different from mine, feel free to comment. I'm always interested to hear what other people think, and I'll see you in the next video.